Very good afternoon, one and all. Welcome back after the first session on MS Word. Now we shall be proceeding on the rest of the part of Microsoft Word. So I'll be covering whatever given in the schedule, and in between, if you have any query or question, so you can message me means through chat box. So I will prefer taking the questions at the end of session so that it will be easy for me to cover everything properly, and then accordingly we will discuss if you have any query or question. So let me start. If I just see the topic which we have decided for the afternoon session, in that the first one is that modifying the page layout. So I will be sharing my screen first. Yeah, hope my screen is visible, and let me hide myself so that you get full screen. Yes, I guess my screen is visible to you all, and I will cover the most of the topics which we have already discussed, and these were the schedule which we decided in the first day. So up to here, Madam Kulvinder has already taken the session and covered some of the portion. If anything is missing, so I'll be covering that. So I'm going to start with the modify page layout. And in modifying the page layout, I hope you understood the basic of Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word is the part of MS Office application, and generally we use it for preparing the letter, drafting the proposal, or different official purpose, where we mainly use for writing the content, preparing the letter in the soft copy, and we convert or we take the printout, or sometimes we convert it in the different format also. So far, Madam has discussed about all the important basic things. Like on the top, there is a ribbon. This is called ribbon, and where you find the different tabs: home, insert, design, layout, references, mailing, review, view. So all these tabs contain again a different option for you can say beautifying your text or arranging text, or sometimes we have different needs for different purposes. Like I am preparing one letter where I need the list in the bulleted format. Some of you may be willing to have the numbering. Some of you may be having the picture which you already have created and a small icon, and you may be looking for such listing in the bulleted format. So in that all the cases, you have option in the different tabs. Means like if you see in the home, so home covers clipboard, where you get cut, copy, paste, format, painter. If you go for the next, that covers the font, where you get the facility of formatting text. Formatting means increasing the size of text, making it bold, italics, underline. Crop means striking through, superscript, subscript. All these have the different features. So similarly, you have the different option of paragraphing, where you get the option of listing, bulleted or numbering, and some of the you will be getting, suppose multi-level list you want to prepare, where you want a number, Roman, and a bullet point. So multi-level also list can be done. Then this is having the indenting, means decrease indent, increase indent, sorting, and then different list. Likewise, all the tabs have the different option, and for different purposes, different option can be used. So the first, which is very important in order to prepare the means any file, and that is when we start working on the Word file, we need to have the proper layout. Means we need to set the size of the paper. See, when we prepare any letter, so before that we have to decide what is the size of my paper kept in the printer, which I where I will be taking the printout. Okay, so what we will do, most of the means people or most of the offices, they print on the A4 size paper. That is the standard size where means everywhere uses. But sometimes we need some different type means different type of printing on the bigger paper, like legal size paper, that is little bigger than A4 size paper. And some printers which are of bigger capacity, they those printers that they support A3 size paper, which is just double of A4 size paper. So there are different sizes of the paper and we need to select them accordingly. So I'm going to start with the layout. You can see that layout tab which is given on means in a row if you see on the ribbon. So after home, insert, design and layout. In that, the first one is the margin. And before margin, I will just go for the sizing of the paper. As I mentioned that we may need printing on the different size of the paper. And on the screen, you can see that letter size, legal size, A4 size, A5 size, B5 size. And below that, the sizes are also mentioned in the inches. You see, if I look for the A4 size, so it has the dimension of 8.27 inch into 11.69 inch. So it is up to us, and also the support, printing support. All the printer will not support all size of papers. So generally we get all the printers support for A4 size, and legal also it will support, because legal is if you see the width, it will be very similar to A4, but length of the legal will be little bigger. So these are the sizes. It is up to you that which size you want to prefer for printing the paper. And some more sizes you can create. Sometimes what happens in the office, especially in the library, if you look, so when we issue the book or return the book, or suppose you are doing any official work, so what will happen that uh, we do not require the printing on A4 size paper. We do not require the printing on the bigger size paper. So in that case, we can customize the paper. See that here is an option of customizing the paper. You see, if I click on size and then more paper sizes, and if I look for paper and paper size and click on this box which contains multiple type of paper, there is an option of customize size. So if I choose this, it allows me to customize the paper size. So suppose I just cut the paper and make the A4 size paper half. So how I will make the size now? Suppose 4.25, that will be my width, or let it be 8.50, 8.5, and the height of the paper, suppose A4 size if I take, 8.27 is okay. Height of the paper, I'm just going to make it half. So how it will be? 5.80 approximate. Suppose 5.8. So if I select this size paper and click on OK, now you see my size of the paper is reduced. And when I print, so it will exactly print in the size which I have customized. So it is up to us that what size we are going to print. It is our means preparation, or our choice that which paper size we want to select. But we have to define accordingly. If not, then we can directly select the A4. By default, it is selected to letter. You see on the top, it is selected to letter type, letter, which is of 8.5 inch into 11 inch. This is the letter size. So if I don't change, it will be letter size, and here I can start printing. Now there is an option called margin. Margin means if you just see the top, left, right, and bottom, you notice some ruler. You see on the top there is a ruler, left also there is a ruler. So what happens when we prepare any letter? It asks us that how much space you want to keep on the top, means you want to leave on the top, bottom, right, left. So that we can decide from here. This is called margin button. And if I click on customize custom margin, so you will find the margin option here, where by default it leaves 1 inch on the top, bottom also same 1 inch, left also 1 inch, and right also 1 inch. And below that there is an option gutter. Gutter is basically when we go for binding the paper. So sometimes 1 inch may not be enough. So we leave some space here. Suppose 0.6 I leave for binding purpose. Suppose I go for spiral binding, so that will require some space to make the holes and do the spiral binding. So here, if you leave the gutter space, you can look at the bottom, the screen size, it is moving right. So the portion which is coming here in the black, it is the gutter size. The means size of the gutter you are defining 1 inch, or how much space you want to leave. So suppose I am leaving 0.5, and where you want to keep, which side, left or top, because sometimes we prepare the book or the copy where we need gutter position on the top, and generally we find in the book format. So we can keep at the left side. So this is the gutter position, and it is up to you that you want to keep the orientation of the paper, or portrait or landscape. It is up to you. And multi-level, multiple pages, suppose you are dealing with the multiple pages, so you can choose. Generally it is set to default in the normal, but if you want to have 2 pages per sheet or book fold, so you can decide accordingly. But in the book fold, remember that your printing will be done in the landscape, means A4 will be folded and it will have the book fold size. So accordingly you can how many sheets per booklet you are just looking for. So it is all up to you, but I'm not going to go in detail here because we will be dealing this when we deal with means tomorrow advanced features. So but basic I have just given you that margin you can set from this portion. This will be giving you the option to maintain the margin of the page. Similarly, the next point is the orientation. Basically, orientation is of two types only. Either you can have the page in the portrait mode or in landscape mode. It is up to you. So suppose I am keeping here, let me write some text. Okay, I have written so that we can just have the practice. I copy it. Okay, this is my text, and now let's discuss some other options under the layout. So next option is the size, which I already have discussed. Next is the column. See, we can split the page into 2 column or more than 2 column. Let me show you that I split my page into 2 column. So once the page you split into 2 column, it will reach, when it reaches to the the first portion, the first column, it will automatically jump, the cursor jumps to the next column. And if it is completing the second column, it will move to the third column. Similarly, you can have multiple columns. Like if I am looking for 3 columns in the page, you can have it 3 column. Generally, such type of printing or preparation we do when we prepare news paper printing or anything, or we are preparing brochure. So there we just prepare the column wise printing or column wise the text, so that we can organize our text as per our requirement, and we can print accordingly. But we also have some more column option where you can uh, change the setting. So suppose, see, I have taken 3 column. If I remove to 1 column, so it will show you the preview also how many columns you want to keep. And if you want to keep line in between, suppose I am going for the 2 column in a page and I want to have a line in between, so you can check this option. And how much width, how much spacing you want to keep between 2 column, this will be up to you. From here you can keep the spacing, and now you see it is having the line in between the 2 column. So it will bifurcate, or it will make you understand when you see the page, you understand that this is 2 column print, means pages are divided into 2 column. And if you make any changes, so it will accordingly adjust the pages. And if you look for some other options, so here you can apply this point forward. This point forward means sometimes we don't need the 2 column for all pages. We need for certain page, means suppose we are having 10 pages document or 100 pages document. So we will be keeping that column in only one page in between of 10 pages document. So wherever you want, suppose I want in this page, so I can go to this column and I can select this point forward. So wherever your cursor is, from there it will split the page into 2 columns. And again you can come back to whole document. So if I choose whole column, whole document, it my all the pages will be divided into 2 columns. But if I go for this, and here I choose this point forward, I want 1 column. So you see the top portion still remains in 2 columns, but now this page is 1 column only. So from here you can just go and change the setting to which section or to which from which part of the document you want to apply column, and you want to keep the whole page as it is. Now let me take you to the breaks. Breaks, actually, if you look for, there are different options. Suppose page break. If I click on page, so wherever your cursor is, it will break the page, or it will take you to the next page. From that means the content also will shift to the next page. So you have to be careful wherever you want to be. Suppose I want the break from this line onwards. So I will keep my cursor here and go to break and then page. So it will completely break the page. Similarly, if I go for a column, so it will break the column from that point of the cursor wherever you are keeping. Similarly, if you are using hibernation option, so here you can apply word in caps, all the options you can apply here. So generally we do not go in that much deeper. We do not go for hibernation, and also the line breaking or this we do not follow. But sometimes we need the break, which you can utilize the options given here. Sometimes we have to do the text wrapping, and that is required. Very often it is required. So you can do the text wrapping. So it will generally wrap the text. And then section break. If you want to break the section, so it will take you to the next page. Similarly, if you are looking for continuation, so it will continue if there is any break or paragraph changing, so it will continue to the next paragraph from that point onwards. This is the beauty of you can say the option, that sometimes we do not know, and the pages are means scattered here and there, so we can use all these options to use for arranging our pages. And this is for having a break even page or odd page. So if I go for even page, so my cursor will move to the even page and page number 2. Similarly, if I go for odd page, so it will move to the page number 1 or 3, 5, 7, like that. But generally we don't require. We can also use shortcut for breaking the page. We can just enter control and enter. If I press control and enter, it will take me uh, give me the page break, and move to next page. To just return back to my previous position, I use control Z. So I'll be writing all these shortcut keys at the end of session, some of the useful, so that you can use whenever you require. Now line number is basically, many times it happens, especially when the programmer, or sometimes we need uh, to add the line number from each against each line, so that it can be easily understood. Or suppose I am telling someone that you go to this line and make changes, so that becomes very helpful. So I am adding restart, uh, I mean the first one, the continuous. So now you notice here that if I go for the lining, so it is in continuation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 44. Then it goes to this section, and start the counting accordingly. You see here 45, 46, 47, like that, and then 40, 88 onwards. So sometimes we require the numbering to locate the information easily. The other option, if you look for restart each page, so if I choose this, every page will have the numbering from 1. If it finishes up to 87, it is not going to have the next number on the next page. It will start from 1 again. And if you go for restart each section, so if you have multiple section in the file, so it will start from there. Means from each section it will start from 0. And support for suppress for current paragraph. So wherever your cursor you are keeping, or the paragraph ends, it will uh, go for uh, go for this suppress for current paragraph. Means this paragraph has not been considered. My next paragraph starts from here. So if I choose this, that you don't cover my first paragraph, but start from the second paragraph, means first paragraph you suppress and start from the next paragraph. So my numbering will start from the this paragraph. So this is all about making your page, or the way you want to work, making your page helpful for your printing or arranging the content, so that whenever you want, you can use them accordingly and understand. Now I will just make it to single column, and and I will numbering also I will remove. Okay, let me go back to here. We have finished, and let me go back to the insert option. I want to show you some of the good feature of this insert button, insert option which is given. Uh, as Kulvinder madam already demonstrated that how you can add the cover page. See, it has already got some default templates. Sometimes we do not know the designing, or sometimes we do not have the time, or we need ready-made the cover page. So here you get the benefit. It automatically adds, only you need to content. You add, you have to add the content, and you need to add the title, and rest of the things will be taken care by the word itself. So the cover page you can define, means from here you can take. If you are looking for some more cover page, so you can go for more cover page from office.com. So it may require, means if it is available, it will get, you will get it. Otherwise, sometimes we need to pay also, but most of the time you will get the good cover page. You don't have to worry about. You will also get plenty of cover page free of cost. If you look or search in Google, you will get many pages like this, cover pages. Now I just want to show you blank page. Suppose I am looking for blank page now. So if I click on this, it will automatically take me to the next page. Blank page means it is just kind of breaking the page. So instead of going for this blank page, you can also press Control and Enter button. So it will take me to the next page. Okay, now here the page break. Suppose sometimes we are working and we have to take the page break. If I click on here, it will take me to the next page. So the same means it is the similar to the blank page, but blank page will always start fresh, and page break means wherever you are working, from there the page will split. If this is having the content, it will take the content to the next page. Now table is one of the most important part of the Microsoft Word, because table means contains row and column, which accommodates maximum number of information, and it allows you to do some kind of matrix where you accommodate some of the information in column and row wise. Which gives, especially when we have to have the comparative statement, or do the comparison. So in that situation, this is very helpful, tabling. So you notice here, when I click on tab option, it automatically pops down, means it pops down some of the ready-made options, where if I move my mouse over these blocks, the small blocks, it automatically means gives me opportunity and option that you can choose the number of table and columns accordingly. Suppose I am looking for 5 number of column and 5 number of row. You can see in the page, wherever I am moving my mouse, it is automatically showing the number of means table creation. And the moment I click, you see the 5 columns, and with 5 rows, one table is created. So suppose I write name, father name, age, or date of birth, and then address. Okay, so likewise I can prepare for such type of work where we need a column detail, we need information in multiple row. So we can use table, and here you can do serial number, name, whatever the information you want to accommodate. So table gives you freedom to do multiple, means to contain information in the row and column. But there are some other options. Suppose you are not comfortable with the options available 10 by 8, you can add it manually. So you can add the number of column, number of row, and also you can auto fit behavior. Suppose you are looking auto fit to content or auto fit to window, you can choose. So your table will behave accordingly. So generally it is set to fix column width auto, so that it will adjust everything automatically. Other option, that is the quick tables. Some of the predefined table formats are given here. So if you choose here, it will define it like this. And you can have it, means you can have border. The moment you select the table, you will notice that in design there are multiple format available. So whatever the layout you choose for table, when you have the table, so whatever the table you choose, accordingly you will get the option to choose the design as well. Okay, so here there are multiple options, and also you can use for Excel spreadsheet. But Excel spreadsheet, it will insert the Excel file here. So that I do not suggest generally for using, because this may sometimes may not be very handy if you are not very much comfortable with the designing or using the Word, Excel, everything altogether. So this you discourage. Instead of this, you can use insert table and use a quick table if you are looking for creating the table in designed way, or some different type of table design, everything. So you can choose from here and you can use for your purpose. Now I'm coming to the important part, that is the table property. So when we create any table, we can select the table and right click. When I right click after selecting, I find many options here. If I click on text table property, I get the information. I get the information here, and option here of table, row, column, cell, and alternative text. So what all these actually does, if I want to set the size of preferred, the size of table with preferred width, where I am instructing that you keep the measurement in inches or percent, and I instruct the word, so it will accordingly it will behave. Otherwise, by default, it will remain unselected. Similarly, if I go for row, column, or cell, so it will act accordingly. And if I want to choose some border and setting for my table, so that option is also available. If I choose this, now you notice here that border option is applied on the table. So it is up to us that how we are choosing, how we are willing to keep the border, how we are, sometimes we don't need the border. So in that case, you can choose none. And if I apply here, so table is available, but there is no border. It is not visible because I opted border and sharing without any row, without any line. So you see, whatever the option I choose, accordingly it will set the table property. And for changing anything, you need to select the table and then go for table property. And sometimes, suppose I will show you. Suppose we have multiple rows, and here I want to write the content from bottom to top. It should not go horizontally, it should go vertically. So I can merge this cell. See, I can select the particular cells and I can click on right click and click on merge cell. So you notice here that the inform means all the rows, the boxes are merged and converted into one single cell. And now if I write, suppose I write contents. In this I want to write the, I want to change the alignment of this text. So I can change the text direction by right clicking, and here I can choose you display my content here like this. And it is very much helpful because sometimes we do not have sufficient space to write the headings in the horizontal way, and it is common for all the rows. So in this way we can change the direction, or if I want to move the direction from top to bottom, so I can choose, and accordingly I can move the text direction. So especially when we prepare the content, we can use this option. And in addition to this, if I just select the table, in addition to this, there are many things which can be done. What you can do, by selecting this table, go to layout, and you will find here many options for tables. And the most important is the splitting cells. Many times we need, suppose this name of uh, name and father name, DOB, address. These are four columns. This top column I want to keep as a 1, but below these columns I want to split into two columns. So I select this, go for split cell, and I choose that split into two column, but number of row will remain same. So you will notice here the top row has 1, but the below rows has been split into 2. Sometimes we need this particular column. I'll just control Z. This particular cell I want to split into two row, but below that I this two row, let us split. I want to split into two row. So see, the complete cell is split into two, and from here to here I want to split into two columns. So benefit will be, suppose the name will be one, but for both the columns. So what name? Son name, daughter name. Sometimes we have to prepare in the single column. If it is son, so write the name. If it is daughter, write the name. And then father name, then date of birth, then address. Suppose the same thing we want to apply in address. How we can apply? I want to keep, I split the address, and from here to here I split into two columns. Here I write, present address, and here I write permanent, because I want to keep both the addresses but in two different columns. So likewise we can split this cell, and here the options are given. And the best part, select the alignment. The another of a very good this option is the alignment. Alignment basically what it does, whatever text you are writing, sometimes we have to keep in the center, sometimes you have to keep in this left, right, or top of the cell, or bottom of the cell, or left side of the bottom, right side of the bottom. So it is up to us that how we are going to organize the cell content, the alignment. So this is about table, and we shall be discussing some other feature which is given in the layout. All these tomorrow when we discuss some advanced feature of MS Word. Okay, now I just want to discuss the pictures, and I want you to see this very uh, carefully, because very often we need to add the pictures when we are preparing any document. So the picture, it seems very easy, but we need to know something important that can make our document more attractive and more handy. And for adding the picture, just click on picture and take any picture, whatever the picture you have downloaded or you have in with you. Suppose I take this picture. Okay, I take this picture. I click on add. I minimize the size. Okay, so the moment I add my picture, you notice here that for formatting these pictures, these many options have been added. You notice here, the moment I add the picture, so these many options have been added. So the first thing you understand, when you add the picture, right side you notice here, one layout option is enabled, and this is very good option. You just click on this and it will open 6 options with this. What are these 6 options? See, with the first option, it allows me to wrap with the text. If I move my picture anywhere, the content will be adjusted accordingly. And this is very often it is required, because we add the picture and our information gets zigzagged. Why? Because it will not shrink your text. So the first option, first 3 option allows you to wrap, means move your picture with the text. You see here. Now the another option, sometimes we need top and bottom, means here I will move my picture anywhere, but my text will appear bottom of the picture. Second option is behind the text, means my document is there, means picture is there, but that will appear behind the picture, behind the text, and whatever the content I write, that will appear on the top. But another option is that you can keep the picture on the top of text. So generally this is not required. This is to make your image free. You can keep anywhere, even it includes the header and footer. It does not restrict you. You can also keep half of the picture. Sometimes it is required. So it is up to you. It makes your picture free. You can keep anywhere. So the best is that you move your picture within the text or the allowed area. So you see here, my picture is here. Now, as I mentioned here, that it opens once I add any picture, it immediately adds the format option. And in the format option, you see these many options are added. Sometimes we need to beautify the image which we are adding. It looks neat and clean and attractive also. It makes our page more attractive, more informative, or sometimes people like it. Means when you just give some design or make it attractive. So it gives different look to your the content what you have added. So you see, now I have changed the style of the image, and you notice here some of the options allow you to adjust the image contrast, correct means color correction, even it allows to remove the background. So I don't want to remove the background. I want to correct some image. Sometimes I need the darker, means this is the actual color, but I want little dark of this, or I want to use little light bright. So option is given. The color you choose here, you can take it in the different color mode. Like I want to see in the negative mode, so you can use like this. Artistic effects, suppose sometimes we need black and white, or artistic effect where I need the inform means picture, but the some of the content should not be visible. So all these options are given which gives effect to your picture, and it changes the look of your image which you have added. Now if you want to compress picture, suppose you want to compress picture for good quality, high definition, you have to upload in the web page, so you can also use this option for compressing. Change picture, if you want to change picture, you want to take some other picture, so you can add from here. Suppose I change my picture, you see it has changed picture, but my effect everything remains same. Now reset picture, if I don't want to apply any option, means the formatting picture style, so I just go for reset picture, so it will take my picture back to the previous mode. Now if I just look for some other means option like picture border, if I want to give some border of different color, suppose I have given picture effect. You see these are all picture effect. If I choose, it will add the effect like this. Suppose I want shadow, I want different shadow on the bottom. So these are all you can say the picture effects which will apply on the, so I want reflection on the image, or I want to make the picture like this. It will all apply different picture effects. So it is up to you that how you are going to apply. And the picture layout, these are the picture layout. Basically we add the picture not here. These layouts are more useful when you create the layout for adding the content. So I will come to that part when I discuss the this one smart art. So this is about the picture. Now some of the picture we don't find and we can take directly from online. So I just click on online picture, and by default my Bing image search is enabled. And I search let's say librarian guide. See what it shows. It has taken some of the picture, and I choose any picture directly and add it to my wherever I want to keep, I can take it. You see here, or I can take the first one so that I can move my picture and content also will move accordingly. So directly I can take the picture from internet. Now next is shape. See shape is shape is one option which allows you to have the different type of shape like rectangles, lines, uh, arrows, equation shape, or flow charts. Suppose I have to add plus like this. So see, I can also design or I can simply write, but it gives different feel. See, this different feel you can get by adding the shapes. These are predefined shapes. I want to use curly bracket. So how can I use? You see here, I can use any color. I can use any size, whichever I want to use. Use effect, shape, outline. Suppose I want to use different color outline. So likewise the option is given which allows me to make my the shape more, especially when we add the content to any word document. So sometimes we require some additional uh, option which gives the different feel. Suppose I want to write something very in interesting way, so this will allow me to add text as well as the image, so it will look different and give the different feel to the my content, which anybody reads will find it interesting and self explanatory. It will have the self explanatory meanings. Okay, so This way we can add the different shape to our the document, and we can make our content more attractive. Now let's talk about the smart art. See, smart art basically is the graphic which is predefined for different purposes, like list, process, cycle, hierarchy, relationship, matrix, pyramid, picture. All these are basically given to make your content. Sometimes we have to prepare something, a hierarchy I want to show, or I want to show some of the text in the attractive manner. So I write librarian, I write here deputy librarian, I write here assistant librarian. Okay, and now you see the same thing I can write in the bulleted mode, or I can write in the list mode, but this gives me different feel, this gives me different looks to the content which I have written. And the best part that I can move it anywhere with the content, I can move it anywhere, I can take it anywhere, and my content will remain same. But in the case of text, I will not be able to move the content the way I want. So this is the one type of, you can say, making your content more attractive using the smart art. And smart art will not only content, especially when we design the PPT, or we design some information where we have to give pictographic information. So these options make our presentation or make our document more attractive, and this will give you more clear self-explanatory information content anyone can understand easily. Okay, and now this is the chart. We need chart preparation for many purposes. So first we need to decide which chart I want to take and select it. So once you take the chart, it automatically open the Excel file where you can give the value, and accordingly it will prepare the chart. This is easy. Or you can directly add the chart to Excel file, add the value and insert the chart from there as well. So this way you can add the chart directly from the Microsoft Word, and it will allow you to add the value as well. And now screenshot. This is a good option given here. Let me show you. A screenshot basically is a clipping of your content. Suppose I want to take directly, I'm reading one online information, I want to cut it. So I don't have to take print screen or then cut and modify. Simply I can choose the portion and it is appearing in my text box, means my Word file. So if I go for a screenshot, screen clipping, I may be using any online document, and from there I need to take some of the portion I can easily take to my Microsoft Word. So this is very good feature. Similarly, there are some other good feature like store. I have to take, I just go to store and I find, suppose Wikipedia I need, because I have to take some information from there. I add the Wikipedia, which will add the Wikipedia box, and I simply search Ranganathan, and it displays the information of Ranganathan. I just copy it and I add to my source. So you can undoubtedly, you can go to Internet Explorer or browser and you can take the content from there. But this sometimes it can be a very easy method to add or search the information, quick information, using the store. And similarly, my add-in. So whatever add-ins you have already taken, so it will allow you to choose any one of them. And inbuilt Wikipedia is also given, which you don't need to take it from store directly. You can search the information. Sometimes we need to add to our especially the PPT when we prepare, or even the Word document, some online document. So just choose the source from where you want to take. I take suppose librarian guide and hit enter. It will take me to the list. I insert it, and now if I click on this, it will start playing the video in the Word itself. And sometimes we require, when we do presentation or we have to show something to my higher authority. So see here, it directly starts from the Microsoft Word, and it adds the video also, which you can minimize, uh, just squeeze, or you can increase the decrease increase. And basically this is more helpful when you prepare the PPT for adding some video to demonstrate. And then hyperlink is the medium, or the way to connect the other website or content or the document itself. You have means prepare the different headings, and you want to create the link which will take inside the document. You don't have to just scroll or look into the document. So this is easy. Hyperlinking gives you information, means option to link the pages, document within the document, or even the outside external document. Now the comment. Sometimes when we prepare the article and we send to our supervisor for checking, after checking the document, the comment is given that please add some pictures of Ranganathan. Okay, this comment is added, and supervisor sends it to you. You see that the moment you see the file, you notice, and when you select the comment, it will show where the comment is added. You see it is lining, it is linking to this word. So you can add the picture here. And once your job is over, you can right click and delete comment. So this is the quick, you can say, the quick review, or the comment which you receive from your supervisor. You can easily work on that. Header and footer, where means these are default headers. How you want to keep the header, this is up to you. So it will appear on all pages. This header by default will appear on all pages, and also it will add the number. So the header is the default feature. Similarly, the footer also, how you want to keep the footer. So you can add the footer like this. So it will add, you can also add document title, document subtitle, and whatever you add, it will appear on all the pages. You see here, it will appear on the all the pages. Now sometimes we need to add this box, text box. So it adds wherever you want to take. You can take and add the information. Basically when we work with the image and we need to add something in the text box, so it is very much helpful. And also it allows you to move the direction of the text. You see it will change the direction of text. So sometimes ready-made information we have to provide, and we need something which can directly show me to add the content. So, and then word art. Word art is also very important. Sometimes we have to add the information in the attractive manner. So the moment I add the word art, it also shows the different style, which you can choose any word style you can choose. And also you can modify You can save the outline in the different text color. You can save the fill. Suppose this is the fill. Shape effect, you can have the different shape effect like that. So these are all some additional feature given in the Word document, which makes your document more attractive. So this is all about the portion which is important for making your Microsoft Word more informative and more useful. So I hope my session you would have liked, and if you find anything which you need to discuss or you have query questions, you can ask me. Some of the question is written by Archana ji. Okay, happy Librarians Day, madam. Can you discuss mail merge and label creation tomorrow in advance? Yes, that is in our schedule, and we shall be discussing that all the important and useful advanced option which you can use uh, you use in your day-to-day routine life. And mail merge, definitely that is the part of discussion, so we will be discussing, and we will make sure that you all practice and you make use of all the options we discuss. So today's session I will be ending here, and tomorrow again we shall be discussing. We will be starting the session at 11 and continue till we finish all the options of Microsoft Word, important option, including the advanced option. So thank you one and all for joining the session today and taking part in the celebration and also in the two different session of Microsoft Word. Hope this session would have been very much helpful for you, and it will help you to uh, uh, do your daily day-to-day routine work easily. So thank you very much. Once again, let's meet tomorrow at 11 o'clock and discuss rest of the things in the Microsoft Word. Thanks once again, one and all.